Made it to the park. Love to see a nice clean court. Thanks to yours truly's efforts yesterday. You hear me? And today we got some blood on the court. We got some fresh blood on the court today. What I'm gonna do is get my warm up shots in, get a little bit of stretching in, my foam shots, get some flotation devices in, and then get to killing these people. Uh, what do we
Without
say?
even running, we can get to a
Montage.
place in ourselves where it is that it peaceful, extremely powerful, and it just seems right. Extremely powerful, extremely powerful, and it just seems right. Extremely powerful, extremely powerful, and it just seems right. Extremely powerful,
Back and ready to attack the day. You hear me? It's another day, another dollar, another opportunity to sharpen your craft, sharpen your mind, sharpen your skill set. And for those reasons, it's a beautiful day because I have the privilege and ability to do such things. Got the blood pumping, fingers feel a little warmer. That's my favorite thing about working out on cold days. You turn a 40-degree day to a 70-degree day. Most of us are our own biggest obstacles, and before whatever your goals may be, basketball, other things, when you set out to chase something, naturally one of the things you're going to have to do if you want to really be focused and obsessive with something is you have to adjust your environment into one that will support and be beneficial to your pursuit. You have to seek to remove any external distraction that's deterring you, but you also have to minimize internal distractions, doubt, and self limiting beliefs. One thing I don't like about a lot of people nowadays is the term being realistic. Like, yes, being realistic and managing your expectations to a certain extent will save you from heartbreak, will save you from disappointment, and will spare you the negative feelings of feeling like you've let yourself down, in a journey of achieving something. But I feel that a lot of people take it to the point where it becomes an excuse to protect yourself from devoting your all into something. If you have something that at your core, at your heart, you feel like you can achieve, but there's a lot of outside noise saying that be realistic. Not a lot of people can achieve this. Or look at the stats, look at the percentages. Only 5% of people achieve this, blah, blah, blah. Being realistic has become a shield for a lot of people. Being realistic is is a way for people to stay in their comfort zone, to only strive for goals that they think are achievable. But where's the magic in that? Where's the magic in seeing that a lot of people find success with a certain thing and dumbing down your own potential to just settle for going for that slighter goal instead of, going on this vast conquest of trying to make some serious change, whether that be in your life, in the world, with your loved ones, with your friends, or with the culture as a whole. I find that the most successful people, the most influential people, the trailblazers, the pioneers, the people that refuse to be categorized and dimmed, those people don't care what realistic means. Any person that's made some serious change in this world has had some real influence, some real power. I'd like to think that there was a point in their lives where they were considered delusional by others. There was a point in their lives where all the success that they have made, that they may have created now, was still just a vision in their head. And in that time where they only had these dreams and aspirations of achieving whatever they wanted to, that vision was not in reality. So they were labeled as delusional. They were labeled as dreamers. Oh, it's possible, but it's so hard. Are you sure you think you can do this? Are you sure you can pull this off? Are you sure it's realistic? Are you sure this is possible? Be realistic. Those people, the person I'm trying to become, is a person that doesn't fit into that box of realism, right? Is a person who leans into being delusional, who leans into being an underdog, and leans into having a vision so big that others are intimidated by it, or they don't believe in you achieving it. And I've gotten to a point now where I feed off that energy. If people really think I can't achieve something that I want to achieve, then that confirms to me, yes, I'm dreaming big enough. You have to take comfort in the fact that you're an outlier or an outcast, or people find you weird because you're so focused on this one thing that they just don't see yet, right? But as I can't stress this enough, all the confidence in the world won't help you if you don't actually put in the work. It's a combo. It's a wombo combo. The two things have to be tied together. They're mutually inclusive. And it's not just about outworking others. You have to outwork who you were the day before. You have to outwork your previous capabilities, like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon. You have to outwork what you previously thought you could do. Because in that process of pushing yourself to outside of your comfort zone, pushing yourself to change and to evolve, to become the type of person that could do even more, if you just focus on that consistent process of progress within yourself, you will change. You will not just become quote unquote successful, but your identity will shift. Because as you're working on yourself and you're seeing even the slightest bit of progress consistently, not even day in, day out, but week in, week out, month in, month out, if you're seeing even the slightest bit of progress over time, it's going to compound. And that leads me to my next point, which is the compound effect. I read a great book about this called The Compound Effect. Forgot the author's name, but that book emphasizes the importance of just doing the little things over and over and over. It's the same thing, it's the same thing as what I'm doing right now. Form shots. Every day I come out here, before I take any 3-pointers, before I do any floaters, before I work on any moves or do all the fancy step backs you see in my montages, I'll start with this little boring thing. Just get in a mind-numbing amount of form shots, repetitions, muscle memory. Focus on the form, because that is the basis of everything, in my opinion, when it comes to basketball. The shot opens everything. But that's neither here nor there. Back to the compound effect. The importance of starting small is that you get to tell yourself, okay, let's say you want to finish a book, right? Let's say you want to finish a book. What you do is you tell yourself, okay, every day I'm going to read at least 5 pages. 5 pages is easy. 5 pages is nothing, right? You can feel more ambitious. You're like, oh, I really wanna dig into this book. I wanna read a lot. The magic to telling yourself every day, I'm gonna read at least 5 pages. The magic behind that is you're tricking your brain because it's a to do. It's an objective so easy that you can't ignore it, right? Because you're gonna have busy days. Not every day is gonna be like the other, and you're gonna have the time that you would like to have towards reading that book. So no matter how busy your day gets, you probably have enough time to read 5 pages. And that's the thing. It doesn't have to be just 5 pages. It's just a trick to get you started, right? When you start reading those 5 pages every day, you get lost. You lose track of time and you read more. And now you're consistently reading that book every day. Whereas if you told yourself that you had to read a whole chapter or 50 pages every day, there are going to be days where, like I said before, your mood just isn't there. You just don't want to do it. No reason, no rationale. You just don't want to do it. And it's on those days where the magic of telling yourself you're only going to read 5 pages helps, because you can read 5 pages. The world is burning, everything is crashing down. I have 3 minutes to read 5 pages. I have that time. And so you apply this method of thinking to any habit you want to do. You just start small and you compound. You let the results grow. You let yourself build momentum until before you know it, it becomes a habit. And then when you make whatever thing you want to do consistently a habit, now you have momentum on your side because you're not allocating as much mental energy into it. Because believe it or not, us humans, we only have a certain amount of mental energy we can expend every day. So the more automatic you make whatever processes you want to be automatic, the less you have to think into doing those things, the more mental reserves you have to focusing on other things. All right, so back to the book example. Now, you're reading at least 5 pages, but probably more every single day without fail. It's become a habit. Before you know it, 4 months down the line, you've read a couple of books, you've learned so much, you've gained so much more knowledge, and you're just a much more knowledgeable person and creative person. All those effects that reading gives you. But most of all, you just stuck to it because you started small, right? And eventually, once it becomes so mind-numbingly easy to read those 5 pages every day, you could bump it up because now you were a person that can read 5 pages every day with ease. And so now you push yourself, progressive overload. Now you say, okay, now I can read 30 pages a day, at least 50 pages a day. And if you're feeling ambitious, you can get to that place where you tell yourself you have to read at least 100 pages a day. But, this is just a reading example. That's the power of the compound effect. When you start small, and you just consistently do things, little things every single day, and you make them a habit, then things start to click. And once things start to click and become more automatic, you just, boom, you're adding this skill, you're adding this habit, you're adding tendency. And then before you know it, you're you're changing. You're becoming the type of person that habitually does the type of things that you sought to acquire in the first place, right? It's a gradual process. It's not just, okay, I'm going to revolutionize my life day one, start. maximum effort in everything and maintain that. It's impossible. It's nearly impossible for the average person to do that. So why not use the power of habits to, it's like waves, to create a wave, to create a wave that you can ride of doing something over and over and over again until that's ingrained into you. Habits are very powerful things if you know how to tame them and use them to your benefit. This also applies to negative habits. You have to assess what habits are slowing you down, analyze them, and adjust accordingly. Because as much as we want good habits to be helping us and benefiting us in our goals, we also indubitably have some negative habits slowing us down. And like I said, when you have such ambitious goals, you have to be in the mindset to optimize all areas of your life to chase that one goal, because that's such a fulfilling experience. That is literally you giving your all to something, trying to see every little thing that can help you into achieving that. And that's getting rid of the bad habits and building, improving, and adding good habits. All right, fired up, fired up. About to put in some pain right now. Cue the montage.